Dawn of War 2 Retribution Campaign.
It is human nature to seek culpability in a time of tragedy. It is a sign of strength to cry out against fate, rather than to bow one's head and succumb. Inevitably, many shall fault the hands upon the sword which felled Typhon, the Ordo Malleus. But the Inquisition merely performs the duty of its office. To further fear them is redundant. To hate them, heretical. Those more sensible will place responsibility with those who forced the hands of the Inquisition. With some fortune, they may foster this hatred into purpose and further rule their own fate by coming to the Emperor's service. Yet ultimately, it was I who set these events into motion with a single blow from my hammer, God Splitter.
The teleportarium has taken us to the Space Hulk, the Judgment of Carrion.
Not the safest place in the subsector, but we have our lives. What is our next move?
We hold position.
Diomedes. What did you say?
You heard me. We hold position. I am tired of this hopeless charade. In the end, we are nothing but heretics. Nay, less than that. Pawns of heretics. Puppets. Every century served. Every battle in the Emperor's name. All of it ordered by a heretic. All our glory's lies. There is nothing left to say.
No. There is much left to say. And I will break my silence to say it.
Sergeant Tarkus.
There was another like you, Diomedes, and we served together on Cronus. During the Tyranid invasion, we became fast friends. But Kyrus called for him, and he went. It corrupted him, and he despaired, betraying us to the Black Legion. I slew him. Captain Diomedes, I look to you now and see the same signs. I will not risk that. I will slay Kyrus myself, and if I must, you as well. Our past glories may be lies, but Kyrus has not taken our one true duty from us. No one but the Emperor can relieve us of that.
Tarkus. Let us go. We must escape this place.
Past records of expeditions to this vessel have reported a teleportarium relay present. If we reach it, we can escape.
After escaping the destruction of Typhon Primaris through the use of a teleportarium, the Blood Ravens materialized onto the Judgment of Carrion, an ancient space hulk drifting through the void. Their immediate focus was to make their way to another teleportarium on this derelict and use it to get to safety. The Space Hulk was a deadly gauntlet, overrun by orcs and Tyranids that had infested its countless corridors over centuries of drifting through space. Fighting through cramped passageways and ruined chambers, the Blood Ravens battled both factions as they struggled for control of the Hulk, often finding themselves caught between the two warring forces. Despite fierce resistance, the Space Marines secured the primary access route into the vessel's interior, eliminating enemy forces along the way. Every victory brought them closer to the teleportarium that they sought.
The Blood Ravens deployed deep within the ancient Space Hulk, Judgment of Carrion. Their mission was to reach the quarantine hold, where valuable cargo lay sealed behind massive glass doors. To aid them, the Space Marines brought an ancient labor machine, using its immense strength to clear the wreckage and breach the Hulk's heavily fortified interior. As the vehicle advanced through the derelict, the Blood Ravens fought to protect it from relentless attacks by orcs and Tyranids. As enemy forces converged on the slow-moving vehicle from every direction, the Space Marines valiantly fought back the attacks. After forcing their way into the cargo hold, the Blood Ravens secured the valuable cargo before withdrawing through hostile territory under constant attack. Despite the overwhelming resistance, the escort reached its destination and the Blood Ravens secured the valuable cargo.
The fight is here!
On the devastated world of Typhon Primaris, the Blood Ravens advanced toward Mount Sikaris. The surviving Eldar had established a network of webway gates to evacuate their remaining forces before the planet's destruction. The gates offered the Eldar their only escape as Exterminatus continued to consume the world from orbit. Determined to prevent any enemy force from escaping the doomed planet, the Space Marines launched an assault against the Eldar. As the battle intensified, the Blood Ravens systematically destroyed the webway gates, cutting off the Eldar's evacuation route and forcing the remaining defenders into a final stand around the assembly itself. Despite fierce resistance, the Imperial assault shattered the last Eldar stronghold on Mount Sikaris. With the webway network destroyed and the assembly overrun, the Blood Ravens denied the Eldar any means of escape from Typhon Primaris.
Very well. Nibble and scavenge at our bodies, mindless vermin. The Inquisition's ships come for all in this sector. It matters not whether you die by our hand or theirs.
On the dead world of Cyrene, the Blood Ravens launched an assault on Fortress Militant, an ancient Imperial bastion that had fallen into the hands of Kairos' followers. Hidden within the fortress were sacred relics of the Space Marines, including an ancient Land Raiders heavy tank that the forces of Chaos intended to capture and use against the Imperium. The Space Marines fought through heavily fortified defenses, battling Chaos Space Marines, cultists, and demonic forces. Their mission was to secure the relics before they could be defiled. Once the ancient war machines were recovered, the Blood Ravens used their overwhelming firepower to shatter and break the enemy's defenses. One by one, the Chaos positions collapsed under the assault, and Kairos' forces were driven from the planet.
Yes. Now I can feel it. The frenzy, the bloodlust that Lord Kairos spoke of.
On the dead world of Cyrene, the Blood Ravens launched their final assault into the pit of Maledictus, where Kairos sought to complete a ritual that would elevate him to demonhood through the countless deaths caused by the Aurelia subsector's destruction. The battle would decide the fate of the Blood Ravens and the entire sector. The Blood Ravens fought through entrenched Chaos Space Marines, demons, and fortified defenses, and pushed toward the heart of the crater. Despite their best efforts, the Space Marines arrived too late to prevent Kairos' ascension to demonhood. They confronted their former chapter master after he had transformed into a demon prince. After destroying the Chaos Shrines that sustained Kairos' power, the Space Marines vanquished the demon prince and brought an end to his reign of corruption. With Kairos defeated, the Chaos invasion of the Aurelia sector collapsed. The Blood Raven's honor was restored once again.
I'm receiving Vox communications from Captain Angelos' battle barge, the Lidmia Fury.
Tell them to execute orbital bombardment on Kairos, quickly, before he regains his strength.
I with them.
This is Diomedes. I am on Cyrene. Kairos is dead. You must halt the Exterminatus.
And what of Angelos?
We have rebuilt, and once more are great. We have forged a chapter not warped in enigma, but one the Emperor can look upon with pride.
This has been dark work, Diomedes. Kairos left much corrupted, and cleansing had to be both thorough and merciless. Yet now, we are pure and noble.
It has been a necessary act, though. Our chapter lives, free of darkness and corruption at long last. I know I cannot serve the chapter in the same manner as before. But you, Gabriel, chapter master is fitting. None shall find you wanting.